Hi guys, it's Heather and welcome to my channel. So this is a new YouTube channel dedicated to people who are looking to start their own online business in 2022 and forward. I'm really excited to create this channel because this is something that I've always personally wanted to do and I made it happen in the last year. That's something that I want to teach others on how to start your own online business. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. So we're just gonna hop right into the video. I actually started my print-on-demand Etsy store in 2020. Mid-2020, I was actually cut hours at the hospital I worked at. I was so grateful that I had a job, that I was only cut hours and not laid off. I did have a few coworkers that were cut hours at the time. So during that period of time, I decided I needed to find a different way to make a side income. I decided to open an Etsy store from a few videos I found online. One of my first products that I did was neck gaiters that could be used as masks. Come to find out now that does not work at all. That is not widely accepted anymore in most places. I don't know if there's other states that it is accepted, but I know where I live, it's not accepted at all. Anyways, I started selling neck gaiters, and within the first 2 weeks of putting them on my Etsy store that only had about 20 items on it, I sold a few of them. I was very excited. I was so over the moon about it because I thought that maybe no one would buy and maybe this was a waste of my time. Maybe I shouldn't even do this. Maybe I should turn back now, because I had crickets for the first week. And then the second week I got a few sales, and it was crazy to me that that was happening. Within 2 weeks, I got my store up and running. Those first sales, I had Printful connected to my Etsy account. So the first person got their first item on Printful. I noticed that there were severe delays happening after my first customer. During that period of time, Printful and other print-on-demand providers were very delayed in production. Printful was delayed by 3 or 4 weeks, and maybe more than that because of staffing shortages caused from the pandemic. This was very scary as a new business owner because, as you all probably know or don't know, Etsy ranks your Etsy page dependent on how quickly you are shipping out orders, how often you are on time, and then also by reviews. By my first few sales being delayed by 3 or 4 weeks, that caused me a lot of panic because I didn't know if my customers were gonna get their items. I had some customers asking for refunds. I decided to close my store and put it on vacation mode. I was just thinking to myself, this is a bad time to start an Etsy store. I'm gonna pull out of whatever's happening right now. Throughout 2020, my job resumed. I had full-time hours again. My coworkers who were laid off were brought back. I just remember during that time, I was starting to feel kind of bummed out. I was confused why I was so bummed out because I had a full-time job at a hospital that I loved all my coworkers at, and it all kind of stemmed back to the fact that I've always wanted to have my own online business. Just knowing it failed like that was kind of a big letdown for me. In December, I realized, you know what, January, I'm going to start my print-on-demand store again. I saw the print providers were working at optimal levels again. I decided I'm going to get back in the game and see if Etsy really does work for me or not. January 2021, which was just last year, I decided to reopen my Etsy account. When I did that, I created about, I want to say 20 to 30 listings in January. I told myself every week I'm going to create about 10 listings and upload them on my Etsy account in different niches. I remember there were just crickets on my account. I had absolutely no sales, and in my online forums, a lot of people were saying January was a very slow month. It's very rare to get that many sales, especially if you're starting out without any store reviews, any previous purchases. When I first opened my account, I never really got any reviews. I only got a few sales, and that was it. My store did have a few sales. It showed on the account, but 0 reviews. During January, I was again kind of bummed out because I was like, okay, there's no sales. Maybe this isn't for me. This really isn't for me. I blew it the first time. Etsy probably has me in negative points, whatever their magical Etsy score is. January 31st happened, and I remember I was on call, so I had my notifications set to on. I heard a cha-ching early in the morning, and I looked at my phone. Sure enough, there was my first Etsy sale. I was over the moon about it. and so excited, so ecstatic that I finally got a sale. It meant that someone actually liked my listings. Prior to that, I was super let down, thinking maybe Etsy isn't for me. There's no one buying. No one cares about my listings. This is just another fail. So after that first sale, I actually contacted the customer after she received her item, and I asked for her feedback, and I asked if she could give me a review on my account as well, and she did. Then shortly after that, I got a few more sales that trickled in. In February, I had about 30 sales. As I increased my listing numbers, I believe I had about 200 listings on Etsy at this point, but I was not getting very many visits on my account, anything like that. Then in March, I decided, you know what, maybe I should look at social media and see if I should post, in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. So I asked the administrator of the group, hey, can I post? And they said, yes, you could post 1 to 2 times a month. That's it. We don't want to spam the account, but you're allowed to. I decided to finally post on my Facebook group. Sure enough, after the first few hours, my Etsy store went crazy. I got about 30 to 50 sales on the first day I posted. Then after that, the next following days, it was 20 to 30 sales a day, which was insane to me because 20 to 30 sales a day was about the same amount of money I would make in an 8-hour shift at work. And it hit me that this could be a full-time income if I had a method of posting on social media like this. So I contacted a few more Facebook groups in the niche I was in. A few groups told me no, just flat out no. And then a few of them said, yes, you can post. You can post once a month, or you can post once only. You have to ask every time. That's when I started posting on these different Facebook groups every few weeks. I realized something really great happened. After posting on all of those, I ended up just stopping. I was looking on my Etsy and I saw that I was starting to get organic traffic, not from my Facebook posts, but it was just genuine organic traffic from the Etsy search. So I stopped posting on the Facebook groups about April. I remember I totally stopped posting for a week or two, and I saw that I was getting about 20 to 30 sales a day. I was like, that's strange. What's going on here that I'm getting all these sales? Then I realized that I somehow hit the Etsy algorithm that now they were giving me free organic traffic from people giving me great reviews from all the sales I had now, that Etsy was just boosting my page and my listings without me even having to post on the Facebook pages anymore. In March, I had about, I want to say 300 sales, 200 to 300 sales. Then April hit, I had close to 500 sales. May hit, I had over 500 sales. June hit, it was about the same numbers. Although in the summer months, my sales dip. Once September, October, November happened, that's when my sales increased dramatically. It hit me that I have to go full time with my Etsy and online business if I want to see it be successful long term. And that was pretty tough because during this period of time, I actually changed jobs. I moved states, and that was really cool to me that I could potentially quit my job if I wanted to, but I decided that I went into healthcare because I love patient care. I love interacting with people on a daily basis. So I didn't want to fully leave healthcare. That's when I emailed my manager and said, hey, I have this online business and I want to pursue it full time. I was just completely open and honest with him and my other parts of the management team. And they said, yes, you can go part time. All we ask is you work once every 2 weeks at the very least. They were all very supportive, as anxious as I was to ask for that. Honestly, that was my best choice to make. I was really trying to stay full-time, but I realized that it wasn't possible because when your Etsy store builds that high, you have a lot of customer service that comes with that too. There's a lot of defects with print-on-demand providers. They are generally very, very good with defects. They have quality control and a system of checks where usually defective items don't get shipped to people in their busiest times. Sometimes it just happens. I had a lot of print defects, emails being sent to me. I also had a bunch of people who wanted to return their items or exchange their items, even though I have a no return policy on my Etsy account. I still do honor returns and exchanges though. I just put up it on my Etsy account, but if someone really doesn't like their item, I allow a return or exchange. That's what I suggest to other people who are starting their print-on-demand store. If someone's asking for a return or exchange. At least it's not completely customized. I would suggest it. Besides that, I decided to go down to part-time. Now that is what I'm currently doing. I work full-time doing my Etsy business, and I also opened up a Shopify store where I sell the same products. Now I'm slowly building my Shopify store out and moving away from the Etsy platform. I'll get into that in more detail in my future videos. To say the least, at the end of the year, I made over $200,000 in revenue on Etsy in 1 year. That's 365 days I was able to do that. Anyone can do that. With that being said, I'm just your average person. I can't speak. I honestly don't know how this happened besides just pure dedication and consistency and constantly uploading new listings and make sure I'm delivering good customer service. That's the most important back end of an Etsy store as well, and any store for that matter. That's one of the reasons why I decided to start a YouTube channel, is to start sharing how I was able to start and develop my own successful online business and how you guys can too. There's people who start organically. There's people who get sales through social media. I believe social media is the best way to start your Etsy store and how to gain that traffic and those first initial sales and reviews. Even having friends or family just purchasing on your account and then doing reviews would help greatly. Anyone can do this business model. The sky is the limit for you guys. If you have any questions, I'm here. Drop a comment below. Besides that, thank you all for watching my YouTube video, and I will see you guys in the next one.